Trump's lawyers have argued that their strategy in election interference case in Washington involves distancing their client from pack of U.S. Capitol rioters former president embraced on campaign trail. Washington. Donald Trump patriotically embraced the rioters who attacked the U.S. Capitol on Jan. 6, 2021. Vowed to pardon most of them if he wins second term and even collaborated on a song with band. Detained defendants. His lawyers in the election interference case in Washington are taking a different tack. Although defense attorneys lost strike bid, citing days violence in indictment, they made clear that their strategy involved alienating former president from swarm of rioters they described as independent actors at Capitol. At same time, special counsel Jack Smith's team has signaled they will make case that Trump is responsible for chaos ensued, pointing to Trump's continued support for Jan. 6 defendants to help establish criminal intent. The conflicting arguments underscore extent to which riot is an inevitable backdrop to landmark trial that begins March 4 at a courthouse just blocks from Capitol. It also reflects a split between Trump and his legal team in case which accuses the frontrunner of Republican presidential nomination of conspiring to overturn his 2020 election loss. While Trump's glorification of Jan. 6 defendants could strengthen politically as he races to retake White House in 2024. His lawyer's approach makes clear concern that arguments linking him to rioters could harm in front of a jury. Although Trump is not charged with inciting the riot, any success he hopes to achieve at trial may turn in part on his defense team's ability to neutralize or at least minimize the horrific of violence that prosecutors have cited as a natural extension of terrorism. The former president's repeated lies about a stolen election. Much may also depend on the evidence U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan allows. Trump's lawyers have signaled they will try to block prosecutors from presenting evidence at trial about the actions of rioters who broke windows, beat police officers and forced lawmakers to hide. What is likely to happen here is the judge will strike kind reasonable balance. This would allow prosecutors to admit some of the evidence about behavior and violence that occurred during day, but would also reveal types evidence. There are limits to how far prosecutors can go in presenting evidence of violent behavior, said Robert Mintz, a former federal prosecutor and defense attorney in New Jersey who prosecuted the case. Trump has denied any wrongdoing in the case, which he described as politically motivated, in separate civil lawsuits seeking to hold Trump accountable for the Capitol attack. His lawyers have argued that Trump encouraged his supporters to peacefully protest the election results and never called for violence. The federal appeals court in Washington is currently considering whether Trump can be sued by lawmakers